Doing great. It's a beautiful day here and everything, so can't
Uh,
complain.
Good.
How's your day been?
Yeah, can't complain. Got a workout in. Our gyms are back open again, so that's been nice.
Oh,
You
that's good. That's good. We're not anywhere near that here, but
know,
but at least I got all my workout equipment here. I'm gonna hit a workout after this actually, so
awesome.
should be good. Should be
Yeah,
good. So I'm happy to have you on the podcast and everything. I'm super excited to have a conversation with you. I know we've met a couple times, so I kind of know a little bit about you and everything like that. But I kind of wanted to have you on because you've like we've talked recently that you've gone through this big fitness journey, especially since I've met you like about 3 years ago or so. You've
yeah.
definitely gone through a lot of different challenges and everything like that, and I definitely love to hear. So kind of give us like a little overview about your recent fitness journey and everything like that. I'd love to give a little bit of background there.
Sure. Well, originally, before I got into fitness, I had lost about 100 pounds. Got into bodybuilding,
Yeah.
did that for a while. And then fast forward a few years, I'd maintained a nice, healthy, non less than 9%, you know what I mean? Like a healthy physique.
Yeah.
And then got pregnant. And because I think I'd spent so much time dieting and so focused on, what I was eating, trying to maintain my new physique, when I got pregnant and I basically could not eat protein and vegetables. I had a complete aversion
Version. Oh yeah. Wow.
to healthy food. And it was like I went back to being a kid. All I wanted was cereal and waffles and orange jam sandwiches, you name it. And
Yeah.
anyways, I ended up gaining 70 pounds with my pregnancy. And
Okay.
I thought that I would have rocked my pregnancy, or you know what I mean, been one of
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I know what you mean.
moms that bounced right back and all this. So it was pretty humbling. I was easy with myself about it. I didn't beat myself up. I was like, you know what, I needed this break. And over the last year and a half, I've taken off 60 of those pounds in
Wow. Congrats. That's awesome.
lowest way possible. Yeah. And it's been enjoyable because it doesn't feel like a race. I know I'm going to get there, but I haven't felt bad about not being there yet. So I've
Yeah.
enjoyed the journey and, in turn got a new appreciation for my body. I'm not really
Yeah.
stressed about having a six pack or anything like that. So it's been nice. So I've got about, I could say like maybe 7 pounds to go. I'm not like give or take. I'm not really
Yeah.
stressed about it, but yeah. So that's pretty much brings me to today.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's pretty awesome because I think that is kind of something that some coaches, kind of lose sight of because they've gone through this journey. Like you said, you lost 100 pounds beginning, did
Yeah.
it for a long time, but a lot of people kind of forget like how it feels, especially when gain like, some people might not gain 60 pounds like you did, but, you know, they don't know how it feels to lose a significant amount of weight, even 5 pounds or 10 pounds because they're so used to it. So I
Yeah.
definitely think that gives you a whole new perspective there.
Mhm.
So what would you say are like the three biggest keys to success for fat loss, especially in this new journey that you've kind of gone through? What would you say have been the reason you succeeded there?
Um, okay. Like, gosh, there's so many.
Yeah.
Top three, I would say like setting yourself up for success, like always doing something to ensure that, how can I rephrase that? No, I would say like getting on, like setting yourself up like within your environment, especially like not keeping chips and things like that in the house. Always having my meals, not like meals prepped like all in little Tupperware,
Yeah.
but I always have protein in my fridge. Like basically my environment is set up for me to succeed. Like,
Yeah. That makes
if I'm
sense.
feeling peckish, if I'm feeling hungry, it's like, okay, well, you're going to go have like a mandarin orange or something. Like
Yeah.
it's, because I could go demolish something like a whole bag of chips, but it's not
Yeah.
in there. So I would say like really understanding my weaknesses and just setting up my environment to help me succeed, to make it a lot easier because I'm busy
Yeah.
and I don't have time to be thinking about a lot of stuff. So if I can get out ahead and just, automate through things, it's helpful. Secondly, I would say just exercising to feel good more than anything else, like finding other reasons to exercise aside from like aesthetic based, like, you know what I mean? Uh, so like back in the day, I'd go to the gym thinking about burning leg fat or doing punches for
getting bigger arms, getting bigger butt, things like that.
And it's like, now I go, and it's funny because like I go and I've asked myself mid workout, I'm like, why am I here? And I was like, it's almost like meditative. It's just a habit I've set for myself that I do. I always feel good after. It's fun working on getting stronger, or even just being able to connect with your muscles. I think it's really cool. If I'm doing a face pull, I'm like, I can really feel my rear delts. I love that I can connect to my muscles. Like, I don't know, it's become.
No, I know what you mean. As someone who's worked out regularly, I think if you work out regularly and lift weights, you kind of know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. It's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like the body comes with it. Like I've got muscle definition, but that just came by default because I'm already there anyways.
Yeah.
And gosh, if I'm going to say a third thing, I would say getting my steps in has been huge. I've done the 60 pounds without doing a day of cardio.
Wow.
Whereas now, like when you get down to the nitty gritty, I mean, you can only get so far without adding in a bit, and I'm not anti-cardio. I just didn't have the time, and I set it as a goal to get in 10,000 steps daily. And I've done anywhere between 8 and 10,000, I would say 95% of the days since I got the okay from my doctor post like C-section.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that last point, that is probably huge. I've definitely started to see a trend, especially, in the fitness industry, that like people are putting more value. They're finally realizing that, you don't have to go for runs every day or, spend an hour on the Stairmaster. You can just go for a walk. The research has always been there for the longest time, but people just realize, hey, you can just go for a walk every day. And, that helps you with your cardio and stuff like that. So that's definitely something I've done the same thing and kind of switched my mindset in that way.
And it's enjoyable, right? And you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to audiobook or whatever music, and it's just beneficial. So then it ticks off the like that bit of like stress relief.
Yep.
Is also important, an important factor in fat loss, right? Like you want to be monitoring your stress levels. So kind of goes hand in hand.
Exactly. And you can go with other people, and it's great. Like I know I've been going on walks with my wife, and it doesn't matter whatever your fitness level is. 95% of people can go for a walk, at some distance.
Yeah.
So you can always go with other people, which is great, which I love.
Yeah.
But definitely I want to touch a little bit back on that first point you made with like setting yourself up for success.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that environment factor is huge, that people don't discount. Like, okay, if you don't want to be eating, chips, like you said, don't have them in your house. If you set your environment up. So what are some maybe like key like foods or ways that you kind of set up your own environment? What are some things that you do there?
Yeah. Well, as far as like my kitchen goes, every single time we go to the grocery store, and I'm very lucky that I have a partner that is also into fitness and, really likes to eat healthy. Like we go to the store and we shop twice a week. And when we go, it's like, okay, well, what are our 4 proteins, for our dinners? Like 10 on our dinners. Our lunches are kind of on the fly because usually I'll make like an egg.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
It's usually eggs and whatever leftover meat we have. So it's easy that way. And breakfast is always the same. I found that's been helpful. But for dinner, we go out, we pick 4 proteins, and then it's like, okay, so we'll load up with veggies, usually microwavable, steamable veggies, because
those are the lifesaver.
Yeah. And honestly, my toddler can eat them because they're soft enough. So it's just a win-win.
Yeah.
And then, I'll go pick out the proteins. A lot of our stores have them that are pre-marinated, so we don't even have to think sometimes.
Oh, that's
So
perfect.
seasonings, and then we'll go for sides. We're like, okay, we'll split between, we have rice, we have potato, we have like the chickpea pastas, or we'll make a big salad. So if we, for example, today we got takeout for lunch, we have salad that we're going to put our meat over instead. So we're just making those little easy swaps. So we always have the option. We always have our freezer full of ice cream, and both of tracking calories. And the first thing I do every morning is put in my dinner and I put in my ice cream, because those are like non-negotiables. I refuse to go a day without my ice cream and cookies.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's as soon as we put the baby to bed, we go on the couch and we have our ice cream. And
there you go.
It always gives you something to look forward to. And I think that is important. Planning around for your treats, giving myself higher days on weekends, like allowing myself a bit more wiggle room. And like, as far as like environment, even like with working out, like always allotting time for myself for a workout. When I'm doing clients, I won't schedule them within like a certain time frame of the day, because that is when I'm working out. Yeah. That is negotiable as well. So I found that's been really helpful.
Yeah, I think scheduling your workouts is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as far as food, I would say that like always having a bit of fruit in the fridge, and having stuff that's quick and easy. Tucked away if you need like a can of tuna or like microwavable rice or something, it's
there. I think keeping it as simple as possible and always having something that you could just do in like 5-10 minutes, because we all been there, everyone gets lazy every once in a while and they just don't feel like cooking a full meal. You got to have those like go-to where you can just pop it in the oven or microwave and call it a night and eat something that's going to help you, get to your goals, because that's what you're still trying to do and everything like that. I think those are all very important things. I think setting up, especially your kitchen and like your workouts, like it really helps set you up. If you have a kitchen full of unhealthy foods, it's going to be really hard to stick to a diet long term.
Yeah. And no one should have to use their willpower. Like I tell clients that I'm like, you're not weak for not being able to say no to stuff. I was like, if it was in my kitchen, I would eat it. Like if I go visit, like, when flights open back up, like if I was at my mom's house or something, she always has like chocolate covered nuts and all these little things, and I will eat them. If they're to get eaten. So it's like, you got to get out ahead of yourself. And I found like even selecting a few takeout restaurants that I know, I know there's meals that fit my goals. So I have like a list of them where if we don't feel like doing something for lunch, it's like, okay, well, do we want X, Y, or Z? Because I have a meal at each one.
Oh, that's perfect. I've never thought about that as an idea. That's definitely super cool. I'm definitely going to take that idea. I think that's a good go-to.
Yeah. So I already have everything kind of in the recipe or in the meal section in my FitnessPal. It's always an estimate with takeout stuff. But so I found a couple little places that, it's just my go-to. So again, you don't have to think, because we think enough, right?
Yeah. I agree with you. I've really stopped, like probably in the last like year or two, like I've given up trying to like control myself with certain foods. It's just like within reason. Like you have ice cream in the house. I'm not going to eat the whole half gallon of ice cream in one night, but like if it's there, I'm going to have a little serving, or if I have chips there, I'm going to have, a snack of it. I'm not going to like force myself not to eat it. I just don't get 6 bags of chips. I get 1 bag of chips, and when it's done, it's done. That's what you do.
Yeah. I think it's helpful to get like the portioned out stuff too. Some smaller bags, like if I've wanted chips or popcorn or something like that, I'll get the smaller bags, because I don't know what kind of person can open a big bag of chips, like our Pringles, or especially like for me would be like tortillas and salsa. Like the whole bag would be gone.
Yeah.
So I don't even think you should even try and just, let me just take out 14 and put them in a bowl. And it's like, oh my God.
No. Yeah, no one wants to do that. Yeah, I agree. I agree there for sure. So kind of touching back on kind of the fat loss journey and everything like that, what would be one thing, it could be from this journey or, you know, from everything you've done before, but what's one thing that you would kind of wish you knew in the beginning?
Oh, there's so many things. Oh my gosh, that I never had to drink apple cider vinegar again. That would be one.
Oh, that's awful. If you've never done that, guys, don't ever do it. It's god awful.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why anyone would do that, but
The thing is, when I first started, when I got into the bodybuilding world, I was kind of in a little clique that was very like bro science, like lemon water. I had my BCAAs and every single drink. And, you know, as soon as I finished my workout, I was like racing to get the protein. I was like, I can't lose my gains. And, you know, there's so many myths out there. Like I just, oh my gosh, I would say things I wish I knew, that you didn't have to do fasted cardio. That you need to eat 1,000 calories a day to lose weight. That no food is off limits, that like, you know, there are no good or bad foods. It's just like what you do most of the time.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many things. I'm pretty sure I've written a lot of posts on this because it's never ending.
There really is so much.
Burpees are stupid. You don't have to do them. That would be another one.
Yeah. I think that probably even like the biggest takeaway from all this is like, be careful of what you read. Like not everything applies to every person. And some of it is just BS. Like it's just BS.
Yes, exactly that. And that's because you see someone promoting something. Like if you see a bikini athlete promoting only booty band workouts, it's like, yes, they have a place. Like I always like to use them as like the sprinkles at the end of a workout. But they did not get their butt by doing 5 booty band workouts a week. Like things like that. It's, you know, and just like fit teas don't work, and you don't have to take fat burners. And like, I'm pretty sure at one point, like I gave myself an ulcer, those days, because I was taking fat burners and drinking like 7 cups of coffee a day because I was only on 1,000 calories. Right.
Yeah.
Plus
you gotta stunt the hunger.
Oh my gosh. And then eating like tilapia and broccoli like 6 times a day. And like, it's just like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like I threw it to tell you that you don't have to.
Yeah. And I think that kind of brings into another point, like be careful what you read, but also if it sounds too good to be true, or if it's too extreme, it sounds extreme, it's probably not true as well. You know, like I think a lot of people get, you know, like that kind of green veil. They're like, oh, if I take this pill, it's going to help me lose weight. And it's like, it might, but probably not in the way that you want it to. And it's probably too simple to be true, too easy to be true.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I made a talk on that yesterday, actually.
Yeah. It really is. When you boil it down, fat loss is pretty simple. You know, it's eat less, move more, you know, but that's not easy. You know, it's not easy to do it.
Yeah. It's applying it and like finding ways to be able to do it in a sustainable way that works for your lifestyle. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I say, like, just to add on to that, like another thing I wish I knew was that getting down to, you know, single digit body fat sucked. Like you look good in photos and that's about it. That is probably the only benefit. And like maybe all clothes fit you well, but you're not going to be wearing them anywhere social anyways. You'd be taking selfies at home because you're going to be tired and you can't go anywhere because you can't eat that much. And it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think a lot of people don't realize like what's like a legitimate body fat for themselves to be sustainable. Like, yeah, you want to be 6-pack and ripped, but how miserable is that person on the other side of the Instagram post? You know, nobody knows that, but we both have met those types of people. And for the most part, they're not always happy. And
you know, like it's true. It's, you know, you put up this image of like, hey, look at me, I have abs and I'm really happy. And it's just like, no, all I've done today is go to the gym, take a selfie. And now I'm sitting at home, like doing nothing because I can't, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of always that thing if in the fitness is like get jacked once, take a bunch of pictures, and there you go.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that like that's like half the fitness industry is doing that because they just got jacked once and they're like, okay, they use those pictures forever.
Yeah.
It's like they don't live that way every day.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
Yeah. So awesome. So I thought this was great. It was great to have you on today to talk a little bit about your fitness journey. I think a lot of people could take a lot of great little nuggets from this and really apply it to their life and everything like that. Where can everybody find you?
On I think they're all the same. Instagram and TikTok are Carrie Lee Fitness. So CARRIELEE Fitness.
Yeah, I'll post that. I'll put that in the show notes. I'll put a link to that.
I think it's the same on YouTube as well.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone go follow Carrie. She has awesome fitness content that she talks about all the time. And sometimes you'll get a bunch of cute pictures of her toddler and everything like that. So, you know, that's always an added bonus in there. So awesome. Thanks for coming on for everything. Really appreciate it.
All right. Chat soon.
We'll chat soon. Bye, Carrie.